Right then, so here we go. We are ready for the Great Britain qualifying in D5 here. Race number 6, as we have Gunnar on pole at the moment with a 1:27.9, with Ralph right there behind him as Elliott crosses the line with a 28.1, just 2 tenths off the lead at the moment. So we'll get some information up on the screen. And do apologise for getting on late. I've only just got home from work, so it all was a little bit rushed, but we're here, and we got 6 times on the board at the moment. Hammers UK goes pole, well, provisional pole at the moment with a 27.8, so just better than 1/10 quicker than Gunnar there for the Alfa Romeo. As we have a look at the map, who's coming round? We've got a Ferrari who puts it into the pits, and a McLaren coming round as well. So Grosberit been qualifying around about P5 quite a lot. Let's see what he does as he crosses the line. So he must have invalidated that lap, I think. I'm not sure, unless that was an out lap. I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll stay with Grosberit as he's invalidated already somehow. So no. Really, Luca, one of the guys in the league with very good pace. There's Ralph gets a 5-place grid penalty, crash with Benny Buno. So that's very unfortunate for him. I've not seen Benny for a while actually. As I'm assuming that was in the pit lane. Benny must have put the brakes on and caused the incident with Ralph, so that's really unfortunate for Ralph. They're in P3, going to get the 5-place grid penalty, and there's nothing we can do about that. So that's very unfortunate for him. It's not what we want to see here. So Skipper, he's on his out lap at the moment, just trying to find someone who is on a hot lap. So Exile77, also one of the faster drivers as well. Over 1 lap, he's probably the fastest driver in the division, as he comes around the final corner here to set his time and goes P2 though, just behind Hammers UK. So bear with me for a second. I'm just going to go and get the old laptop so we can get the YouTube on there and get the chat comments going and so forth. So I will jump on board with someone who is on a hot lap for you as Grosberit comes round. He doesn't have enough fuel for a hot lap, so we'll forget that, and we'll stay with Relay Luca whilst I go get my laptop. So really, Luca not set a time yet, and I think people do invalidate quite a lot through the S-bends. Quite tricky high-speed corners there. So Benny Buno on out lap, Skipper on a hot lap in sector 2. Gunnar ahead of him. Is Gunnar on an out lap? Yes, he is. Gets out of the way at the last second there. Hopefully that didn't compromise Skipper too much. What can Skipper do? Been off the pace this season compared to last season. Really found some good speed in season 2, but struggled a little bit this season. So he crosses the line P9, 28.3, so that's good for him. So Gunnar is on a hot lap, so we'll jump on board with him, who, you know, my memory is so bad, I'm pretty sure he DNF last week, but then the AlphaTauri's had a miserable time, which was good for him in terms of damage limitations. So we'll get the YouTube up on the laptop and get the league table up as well, so we can run through some standings and see where we are at in terms of the constructors' battles as well. Kuhn crosses the line, he goes pole, 27.7. Less than a tenth ahead of Hammers UK, so very close grid at the top here, and all top 5 are in the late 27s, but Ralph does have that 5 place grid penalty. Rob Sue is up there in the tile challenge as well. He's in P6 at the moment, the Haas driver. Relic was tipped to have an amazing race today, but he's currently down there in P7. Gamal Swivels with Goon. I just want to say congratulations to him, his wife and his little girl who's just been born this week, and yeah, it was touch and go whether he could race last week, but he's managed to get the racing in as well, so yeah, big congratulations to the Elliott family, and I hope he can somehow find some sleep through the nights, but yeah, it's good to see him on track and currently on pole position. So look at Wardy, P3. Had a bit of a topsy-turvy season where he again found some pace last year along with Skipper. I think they were teammates, and if I'm right, I'm not sure, but Wardy there, he's up in P3, which is great to see. Jens also improving quite a bit as well, got some good pace here, currently P5. Let's see what I think he'll be going back to the pits here with this lap invalidated, but P5 is brilliant for him, which has pushed Exile down to P6 at the moment, currently in the pit lane, and Rob is on a night lap, so whereabouts is he just coming through the S-Bends there, so we will jump on board with Rob for his hot lap. It's running down the grid, so Charlie's further down than we'd usually see him, but he has done a medium tyre run there, and Rayleigh Luca goes pole there, 27.3, so he joins the 127 club along with what was the top 6 is now top 7, so where is Rob? Rob's on the 28.0, so he's looking to get into those 27s as well as we ride on board with him. I think he's currently P2 in the championship, but we will take a look. So Rob Sue coming through sector 3, almost misses the apex there as he comes through the final corners here, catches the sausage curve a little bit but rides that okay, and now gets a clean exit here past the final corner and almost runs wide and causes him to oversteer, but it puts him into P4. Reliot has shot up into P2, we didn't see that one, and we didn't see that one coming, so That's a great lap time for him, but 3/10 off Relay Luke, who has really set the benchmark time here with a low 1:27. Got some yellows flagged in sector 1 and 3. I imagine that's just drivers letting other drivers pass. Man like Donkey yet to set a lap time, so we'll see where this lap will put him. I think at the moment he'd just like to be in at least the top 10. And there we go, P10. So managed to get a lap in there at the end. There is still 3.5 minutes left, so it's going to be a bit too close, I think, for him to get round and get back into the pits. We've got Exile 77 on an out lap. Rob Sue will be on an in lap as well. Wardy 1:27 for sector. What's that? 1:27? Oh, that's the time that he did. So let's see. Let's see what Wardy can do. Currently P6. Can he improve? And then we'll jump on board with Exile. I think we will definitely improve from P9 there, as Wardy lifts and backs out of this for some reason. Not sure why, but okay. So Nerdy's down 4 seconds on his lap time. He's on the medium tyre there. Skipper coming through sector 3, the Red Bull driver, as he opts not to pit. Could be up on his time here as he comes through the final few corners. What can Skipper do? Currently P13 and improves 2 places up to P11 for the Red Bull driver. As we have a look at Exile on his hot lap, can he improve from P9? So Felix fucking Exile is just 4/10 up at the moment, nearly half a second, and that will put him P2, I think, at the moment. So it'll be interesting when he crosses the line and see what he can do. Has he gained any time in sector 3? P2, as predicted, they're just missing out on pole by half of 100ths of a second, so it's a great time for him, as Relia is retired in the pits. I think Guna, is he on the hot lap? Yeah, have a look. He's not come in, so can Guna improve his time? Currently P5 at the moment. Boom. Guna crosses the line, 1:27.2. Great time from him, right at the death there, sticking on pole once again. Solid driver we've seen all season, and Relia is now pushed down to P6 with all these late flurry times. Jens, great time from him, 27.5. Currently P4, Hammer's pushed down to P5 as he comes round the final few corners. Let's see what he can do here as he crosses the line. He goes P4, pushes Jens down to P5. Shirley's now up there to P7, and Rob Sue down in P8 at the moment. As I'm going to look at the standings in a second, as Jens is still on his hot lap here, coming through sector 2. Just looking at the track maps here, we've got a Mercedes coming into the pits, and I think Leitcham is crossing the line anytime now. Also, Jens is invalidated there, so I'll head around the track and see what is going on. We do have an Aston Martin coming in the final few bends. So that was Jens who's coming into the pits. BV Baldy currently P17. Could do with improving by a good half a second. Well, more than half a second needed to gain a few places. So crosses the line, still P17 for him. Look at the grid, it looks like everyone is done. Leitcham is coming in, so Leitcham unable to set a time along with Pete the Pirate who DNF there, I think, maybe. So yeah, congratulations to Guna that. Sticking it on pole once again. Elliot, his teammate, will have a bit of work to do to try and get up there and support him. As Wardy has been pushed down to P9, he was having a good session up there. He's in P4 for a little bit, but interesting to see Rob Sue down there in P8 as well. So we will get the standings up at the moment as it stands from last week. If I can find it. There we go. So here we go for race day. It's looking quite sunny and bright there. Doesn't look like there's going to be any rain anytime soon on the track, but who knows what it's going to do a little later on. Just looking at the Drivers' Championship here at the moment, Rob Sue is on top of the standings at the moment on 70 points, with Guna just behind him, 8 points behind. No, sorry, that's Exile there on 62 points, and Guna is just behind Exile on 57 points. So 13 points separating the top three. Fourth place is Relay Luca on 45. So good, a good race for him. Could see him thrown straight back into the mix with them, especially Rob Sue being down there in P8 at the moment. Jens is there in P5 as well. On 41 points, so the cars are making their way around for their formation lap. I'm just going to check the audio on here. Just going to run through the grid. We've got Guna in P1, sticking on pole there with Relay Luca just behind him. Exile 77 in third with Hammers UK starting on that second row of the grid. Jens Hoffer is in P5 with Relly at the second Alfa Romeo just behind him. So another solid showing from the Alfa Romeo team, along with Alfa Tauri as well, with Charlie down there in P7. Rob Sue not up there like he usually would be, down there in P8 with Wardy just behind him, the Mercedes driver. Nerdy Average Gamer coming in P10 for the Williams, with Man Like Donkey disqualified in P11. Skipper, the first of the Red Bull drivers, in P12 with his teammate just behind him, their composite. Benny Buno stepping in this week. He's in the Haas car. He's in P14. Usually a very quick driver as well, so he's one to watch out for, working his way through the pack, but can be a little aggressive and get his elbows out at times. And Ralph disqualified. He must have had some contact as well, but Looking good in qualifying. I think he qualified P10 but had a 5-place grid penalty, which unfortunately for him. Groberi down there in 16th, usually qualifies a little bit better than that. BV Baldy, another disqualified driver in P17 with Dirk Norbert, the second of the Mercedes drivers here in P18 with Pete DePirate for Ferrari. In P19 with Leitchim running up the grid here for the Alpine team. And we will get some information on the screen for you here, and we'll see what tyres people are going for. So looking at the tyres, we've got Nerdy Average Gamer who managed to qualify outside the top 10 but gained that P10 position due to the penalty to Ralph, as and then Benny Buno is on mediums as well, along with Groberi and Leitchin at the back. So this should be an interesting start to the race, and if anyone in the chat has got any predictions, you can put the messages in the chat there and we will go through them and see what happens throughout the race. So the cars are just finished forming up on the grid. As the lights are on, we've got 2, 3, 4 and 5 lights now, just waiting for these to go out, and away we go. So Relay Luca, does he get a good start? He does, gets a good start indeed, as well as Guna, as they come through turns 1 and 2, so safely does it. One car runs wide there with Williams, it may be Benny Buno, as I think everyone is through cleanly so far. A little bit of wheel banging there through those corners, I think. So Pete DePirate has dropped down to the back now. Guna has got Relay Luca all over the back of him with Exile in tow as well, as they come through. Exit in Woodcock. So here they come through Cops and all single files. Really, Luca goes really wide. They may have a black and white flag for that, or a warning, so it'll be a warning for now, but yellow flags in sector 2, and we have got Ralph out of the race already on lap 1. VSC, and these guys need to lift and avoid the drive-through penalty. So Guna is in P1 on lap 1 on this VSC. We have got Relay Luca just behind him, with then Exile in P3 with Hammers in P4. Jens is still in P5 though, and we'll have a look at the position changes here. And Skipper's one of the big gainers at the moment, as well as Leitchim, 4 places and 7 places respectively there, putting Skipper up into P8. So we're still under VSC conditions at the moment. The cars do need to obey the delta on screen. As you can see on his steering wheel there, the delta is 1.5 seconds over, so he'll be looking to improve on that. I think that's what it's showing, but they are green, they're going racing again. And Relay Luca lost a bit of time there. His 77 sends it up the inside but loses it, does the switchback as they come through Woodcote here, and 77's lost it. So side by side with Luca there, 77 loses it, and he's now currently P17 now. 18, unfortunate for him. Hopefully he doesn't have any damage as Luca goes wide again out of the exit of Cops here as he comes through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. And Hammers UK is doing his best there to keep up with him, so we're going to go round through the grid here. Jens up into P4 now with the mistake of Exile 77. Robsu getting a few places as well up into P5, as Relia is still in P6, but he's still with the top 5 there, so he can definitely have a big impact in this race still. Guna sets a new fastest lap of the 35.2. is so Skipper's in P7. I don't know why this camera angle is changing, but right, there we go. So Skipper's in P7. Charlie is in P9, losing a couple of places through there. So this is a track quite well renowned for its DRS trains, so we'll have to try and we'll hopefully get plenty of battles today, as Composite takes a cheeky look up there on the exit of Woodcote and tucks in behind, and will take a look elsewhere, I think. So no drivers with any penalties yet, as a few of the drivers are running wide there at Cops. Maybe don't have enough front wing to get through there flat out, or maybe just a bit too much fuel and not getting the grip that they need, but no penalties out there as yet, as we head back up towards Skipper and Reliot here, whose Skipper's just got past Reliot, who's got the battling Charlie and Wardy behind him, as Wardy's going to send it up the inside. But Charlie keeps on top of that battle there, so we will head back up towards the front, as don't know, but it does have a penalty now. Gunnar, the Alfa Romeo driver, currently P1, almost a second ahead of Relay Luca in the AlphaTauri, and Hammers UK is doing a great job here in keeping up with the top two, who are running away with it a little bit. 2 second gap after that VSC restart, and Rob here up 4 places in P4 after starting down there in P8. So Benny Bruno likes him looking quite good there on the alternate strategy on the medium tyres, along with Grosberry and Nerdy Average Gamer as well, so the race could open up for them, and a late safety car could be perfectly timed for them to get a free pit stop if that was to happen. So Benny Bruno's out. VSC again. So he's gone out on the I think it's Beckett's. I think he's gone out on Beckett's there. I think he's lost it in Maggots and ended up crashing at Beckett. So it's through this corner here. I think he's caught too much curb and then landed on the right hand side there. So it's unfortunate for him. He was on that alternate strategy, hoping to make it work and see the rewards of that later on, but he is out of the race, and we've got another VSC. As Relay Lucas trying to get as close as he can to Gunnar and gain as much time as he can under this VSC, but you want to be as close to the delta as possible, but if you're over it, you will get a drive through, so the drivers do need to be careful here. I think Gunnar was caught napping there. He approached Maggots just before Relay Luke and had to lift because he didn't want to get his delta to spike through the corner, and Relay Luke was all over the back of him as Gunnar defends there, goes on the inside to cover him off, and Gunnar manages to stay ahead, but he has got Relay Luke all over the back of him here. So we've got Skipper right on the back of Jens here. Both drivers get DRS, which brings them up to a bit closer to Robsu, as Skipper has a cheeky little look on the inside there. So a bit of a train beginning to form behind Rob here. The Haas driver who's leading the championship, currently in P4 in this race on this soft tyre, as well as the top 9. And these guys behind, they're all getting DRS, all getting a little bit closer, and Jens is still within a second. So after the Magnus Beckett's Chapel chicanes, he will have these guys all over the back of him here. So 77, he gets a 3-second time penalty, as Jens is really close to Rob now, as we jump on board with him through this final few corners of lap 6. Then this is the battle for P4 with 2 of the drivers, Relly and Skipper, waiting patiently there in the wings to come and get involved in this battle. As I think Jens just had to lift there a little bit going through turn 1, as Composite gets a 3-second time penalty for the Red Bull driver as we come through the arena section here, heading up towards Brooklands. So guys, we're into pit now, lap 7, so all the top 8 have pitted. Grosbeer is not pitted obviously on the medium tyre here, so so we got full-blown safety car. So sorry, I was looking at a laptop there, I didn't realise there was a safety car, as Composite is leading the race, but he is on 7-lap-old tyres and has a penalty. Grosbeer in P2, 7-lap-old mediums, as all the other drivers are now switching to mediums, apart from Charlie, who has gone for the hard tyre. So let's flick through the grid here. So we've got Gunnar P4, free pit stop for him, along with the rest of the guys. Relay Luca just behind him, as you were, Hammers UK and Rob. So this was the, well, that is your current net P1, P4, P5, P6 and so on, as so the medium set is obviously gaining positions already. So we lost Lightshim there, causing the safety car, as another driver there who's on the alternate strategy, which is unfortunate for him. So the race leader Composite, 7-lap old softs. I have absolutely no idea what the best tyre strategy is for this race, but I think he should have pitted. I think he will regret not pitting here. It is nice being P1 for a little bit, but you've got to pit when it's a free pit stop, and he may very well have missed the just not realised he should have pitted. But if I was him, I would pit right now, which I think he decides to do. Yeah, he knows there's no point staying out on those tyres, he'll get swallowed up and then have to pit under full race conditions, as he comes into the pits. So the last driver on track is Man Like Donkey, so we should... I'm hoping this is the last lap under the safety car, but he's so far behind we may have to get another lap. This is your new race leader, Growberry. Him and Nerdy are on those 8 lap old mediums, which should be fine, but they do still have to use their mandatory pit stops, so they will be hoping for another safety car or VSC around about the pit window, as Man Like Donkey isn't a million miles away from catching the safety car train up, so we should be restarting after this lap. So we've got Man Like Donkey catches up, and we should get the sign from the safety car who's coming in, I think. I hope we do. And the safety car does not come in, which is a shame. They're all bunched up, ready to go, and the safety car could have easily come in. But anyways, we've got another lap under the safety car, which will take us to a lap 10, lap 11 restart. So just one more lap to go. So just looking at where the drivers are standing on track at the moment and where they are standing in the league table. So we've got Rob Sue top of the table, currently on 70 points, with Exile, his nearest competitor, 8 points behind on 62 points, but he is currently down in P16 with a penalty, so unlikely Exile is going to be a major threat in this race. Guna is in P3 in the championship at the moment on 57 points, 13 points behind Robsu, who is currently in P5, so that's going great for him. Relay Luca is in P4, he is on 45 points, just 12 points behind Guna, so it's hotting up at the top, and Jens is getting involved as well in P5, as he's this season he's had a P5 DNF, P5, P8, P4, so he's got a solid he finishes in the point, when he does finish in the points, and always around P5, P4. That one result in Imola for his P8. And Relly is in P6, as he is currently down there in P9 at the moment. So Relly at P6 in the championship. Had a rough start to the season in Jeddah with a DNF, but then managed to get a P4, P5 and a P10. So pretty solid showing from him as well. So Relly is on 39 points, with Charlie just behind him on 36, as Charlie's just one or two places behind him here on track. So we're going to head back towards the front. We got a round up there of the league standings, and we'll jump on board with Guna and see where Grobert decides to restart the race, and if Guna can get a good restart with him there. So Relay Luke is going to be all over the back of Guna here as Grobert spins off at the start. He's done a Charlie from last week in France, And now they go, so Grobari there got on the gas a little bit too soon and lost his back end there, and probably struggling to get some heat into those 10 lap old mediums, so it's going to be a struggle for him. So Guna now in first place with Relay Luca just behind him, and Grobari looks like he's struggling on these mediums as Hammers UK and Rob are having a good old battle here, and Rob's now up to P4, getting past the Ferrari driver, with Charlie getting a 3-second time penalty, as well as Jens is sending it up the inside here. Now the outside, trying to get around Hammers, and maybe Jens has warmed his mediums up a little bit quicker than Hammers, but as they come down, I don't know what this straight is called, Hanger Straight, is it? No, it's not. I'm completely off. Which straight is that on there? Oh. Well, we're on board with Hammers anyway. He's in P5 here and trying to keep up with Rob if he can, but at the same time he's got to defend Jens as well, which will not be easy. So we've got 5 drivers at the moment with penalties. Just as I say that, Rob rocks up with a penalty, making it 6 drivers, as he's all over the back of Grobari on those older mediums, and Guna and Relay Luca are still out front now, pulling a significant lead. We've got yellow flag sector 3. It looks like a Ferrari with Pete the Pirate having a moment there. Does he have damage? We are not sure yet until we get a better camera angle. No, he's just had a spin and no damage for him. So Guna's still out in front with Relay Luca just behind. Grobari struggling on those 11 lap old mediums, but Rob fighting for a podium, but he's got that penalty. Needs to try and make sure that he doesn't get any more penalties in this race, as there no, but now he gets a penalty as well, as Grobari runs a little wide. Robson gets the better exit. Well, no, he doesn't. Grobari gets a better exit, but Grobari could have been using his battery there to defend off Rob before this DRS is back online. Rob just lifting through the chicane, doesn't want to get another warning or penalty, as he takes a little look on the inside of Grobari there, who's definitely struggling, and that would have been a warning for Rob as well, running wide there in the dirty air of Grobari. So he needs to get past as soon as he can, as Guna crosses the line there, setting a new fastest lap of the race with 29.8, pulling that 1 second gap to Luca, and Wardy gets a 3 second time penalty as well. So the penalties are beginning to come in thick and fast here, and the drivers without the penalties at the end with a late safety car potentially will gain massively on this circuit. So that's one thing to look out for, the drivers that do not get penalties. So we've got yellow flags in sector 1. So Beat the Pirates having a little detour of the circuit, and he's gone off once again, possibly just cooked his tyres up since he's had 1 or 2 mistakes there. Relay Luca is within the DRS, so we'll jump on board with this and see how close Relay Luca can get, but he does go wide a little bit, but opens up that DRS rear wing and takes a trip over the grass for some reason. Not sure what's happened there, but he was making ground on Guna, but went for a little rally across the grass. He's now got dirt all over his tyres, struggling for grip here, and he's dropped way out of the 1 second window that he was in with DRS. So not sure what happened to Luca there, just a lapse in concentration maybe, and now has over a second to find to try and get back into the DRS zone of Guna. So we're going to go down through the gate and see what battles we've got. We'll jump on board with Wardy here, Mercedes driver, currently P8, and he's behind this train, the Grosberry train, and they're all queuing up behind him all the way down to, might even be P14, this big train, P15 with Baldy actually. So you've got one big train going on here. So Rob to Baldy, P3 to P15, one big massive train. Which drivers can gain through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel to get right behind the driver in front on this DRS section to be able to make a move. So I think there's some moves going on here as Hammers was side by side with Grosberry trying to get past. So Rob's made the move already. Rob has got past. Oh no, Rob was already ahead of Grosberry, sorry. So Hammers looking to get past Grosberry as soon as he can to try and get away from this train, as he does have a look there as he wants to make the most of his fresh medium tyres versus Grosberry's full team lap older tyres. So Grosberry does not get DRS, and here comes Hammers UK getting ever closer here. So going through Luffield and good exit from Hammers. So I imagine he'll probably just stay behind him through Copse and Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel, and then get him on the hanger straight. But or I could be absolutely wrong and he could take him into Maggots, which is a brilliant move there. Does compromise the cars behind as Grosberry ends up out of shape, but the cars behind now all getting DRS. 3 wide down the hanger straight, and Wardy's just going for it straight up on the inside. Bit of wheel-to-wheel contact there with Skipper as he's now up to P6. So Grosberry's just dropping down the order there, struggling on these tyres as another one gets past him, and another one here round. So Relliott's past him as well, and Shirley's all over the back of him. So both drivers getting DRS, but Shirley does have the run on Grosberry here. Will Grosberry leave him space? He does, and Shirley gets ahead here on lap 16. So Baldy gets a 3-second time penalty there as Grosberry now drops down to P11. Grosberry's having a little look there, but he knows better than to send it there as Dirk Norbert runs really wide out of Copse as we head up towards the grid. So Jens is sitting pretty here with no penalties at all. Wardy, Hammers and Rob all have penalties, so Jens is in a good podium, potential podium position battle here if he can catch up to Rob and close the gap from nearly 7 seconds. So he just needs to get within 4 seconds, and he can well, within 3 seconds, sorry, and he can have a good fight for the podium there. So Gunnar is out in front at the moment, cruising, and got Relay Luca just 1.7 seconds behind him after his little mistake down the hanger straight. Rob Suit does have a penalty, and he is 5.5 seconds off the pace there from Relay Luca. Hammers UK few seconds, well, 1.5 seconds behind Robsu. So we'll jump on board with Relia here as Wardy gets a 3-second time penalty, currently in P7, just 1 or 2 cars ahead of Relia here as they approach Cops, as they all go through there cleanly, don't run wide, and Relia will be looking to try and gain some places. Nerdy does have the 16 lap old medium tyres, as should give Relia quite a good advantage at the moment. Grobari's had a big mistake there. I think going into the pit lane, he's exceeded the track limit so much. He's got a 10-second penalty. So that must have been quite a significant cut he's done there, as Wardy does not get, oh, he does get the DRS, sorry, and Nerdy has it behind him as well, so this should help him close the gap to Skipper a little bit as he catches the inside sausage curves there, missing the apex at Luffield, but needs to get back in shape here with a good exit heading down towards Cops. So Skipper is just below a second ahead of him on track, and Skipper does have the fresher medium tyres on at the moment, just 3 laps younger than Wardy's as they come through the S-bends here in sector 2. Pete DePara gets 3 second time penalty, so Wardy does get the DRS, and obviously Skipper does not have it, and Wardy closes the gap quite significantly here. Sorry about that, I was just looking at the football scores, and Villarreal are beating Liverpool by 2-0, which is fucking great. Just hope they score some more and knock them out of the Champions League, which would be amazing. So, getting back to the F1, Gunnar is out in front here, 2 seconds ahead now of Luca. He's having a perfect race so far. Really, Luca's got a penalty as well, so let's have a look at the penalties here. And Wardy's got 6 seconds, don't know about 12, Groberi 10, so there's some big penalties out there. So Hammers is in P3. Apologise, we didn't see that overtake there, as Rob is attempting to come back at Hammers here on the exit of Luffield. We'll see what Rob can do through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel, and see if he can get up behind him on the hanger straight and get that DRS open. So Groberi's gone from getting a 10-second penalty to setting the fastest lap here. Rob sends it down the inside, and Hammers leaves the space, but Hammers does come back, gets the better exit there around the outside. Yellow flag sector 1, think it's probably Pete the Pirate again. Yep. As he has another off there, and Jens still keeping up with Rob, and Rob does have that 3-second penalty, so Jens has closed all the gap. I'm sure he was running about 7 seconds before, so that's great for him. Battling for this podium is, but he will need to catch Hammers, who is 7 seconds ahead up the road. So Skipper, he's having a great race there, P6, just 4 seconds behind Jens though, so he's in a no man's land at the moment, and Wardy having a great race. He's in P7, but the penalties could cost him. Reliot, P8, good race for him as well so far on the medium tyre. Charlie's doing well on the hard tyre, and Exile has made his way back up from almost last up to P10 now, as he tries to get any points that he can to keep his championship battle alive with Gunnar and Rob and Luca. He needs to get as many points as he can, and his pace is just brilliant, but there's always a mistake, you know. It's rare we see a race where there is no mistake from Exile, and again with the penalties, he just touches Charlie there. May have a little bit of front wing damage, I'm not sure, but these are the little mistakes that we're on about here. The Ladle lacks in concentration, where it's costing him wins and podiums. So if he can get on top of those, he could be absolutely deadly in this championship. So it just needs that little bit of more consistency from him, and he'll most certainly be up there at the end of the season, fighting for this Division 5 championship. So Gunnar is a second ahead, with Luca having a 4-second penalty, so it's pretty comfortable at the moment. Hammers UK is 6.5 seconds off Luca, as I misread it earlier, where Jens is only 2 seconds behind Hammers. So Jens in a very good position here to get a podium, with Rob getting 6 seconds penalties now. So if Jens can keep this pace up, the Aston Martin driver is going to get that podium, which will be great to see. Jens has not had a podium this season. He got P4 last week, just missing out, and it'd be great to see him get on that podium there. Is he sounded like he locked up there. Got plenty of penalties around now at the moment. Going to switch to the tyres and see what people are doing. So we've got 3 laps left of this race, 4 laps. 4 laps including... No, 3 laps including this one. No. Yeah, 4 laps including this one. So Charlie's out. What has happened there? So... What has happened? What has happened to Charlie? So we've got yellow flags, sector 1. We've got Reliot getting 3-second time penalty, and we're hoping we can see Charlie's car here. Where's he gone? So there he is. He's lost it through turn 1 on the exit, and looks like he's hit the wall there and retired from the race. So we've got green flags again. Gunnar has lost his lead to Relay Luca now under those yellow flag conditions, it seems, with losing around about a second. So Luca looks up for this on the after the yellow flags here. So Baldy, 3-second time penalty, as well as Luca is all over the back of Gunnar for the lead here. I think Gunnar lost around about a second, because Hammers is only 6 seconds behind now, so Gunnar has definitely lost a second in that period as he approaches Pete the Pirate. ready to be lapped. Hopefully Pete does not get in the way of this battle. We need him to move out of the way as we see Relay Luca send it, but he does lose the position again to Guna, and Guna is ahead for now as they come down into Cops, and I'm hoping this is the best angle to watch. This is really, Luca goes really wide there. Does he get a warning? I'm not sure, but he definitely doesn't lose time doing that as they come through the chicanes here, and Guna gets ever closer to Pete the Pirate, who struggles through there, and Pete the Pirate needs to get out of the way here, which he does. He lifts and lets the drivers through, so that's great to see from him, as Guna doesn't get the DRS from Pete the Pirate, but Relay Luca did get that DRS, and that puts him all over the back of Guna here. End of lap 24, so we've got 2 more laps remaining of this close action, and Relay Luca will need to get past on this lap and then try to build a gap of over 3 seconds to Guna. It's going to be very difficult to do, as Jens now 3 seconds behind Rob. What's happened to Jens? He was right behind Rob earlier. Maybe struggling with these older tyres. You've got Wardy on 19 lap older mediums, as Luca has got past Guna now as we stepped away. So Peter Pirate's off again. So Guna with the DRS as they head up here on the end of the Angus Straight. So Guna is hoping Relay Luca does not get any DRS off Man Like Donkey in that next DRX section. With Man Like Donkey disconnected, he should get past here easily, which they do, and Guna will get past as well. No, he doesn't. So the AI car of Man Like Donkey has lost Guna around about a second there, which will not give him DRS now down this straight. That's really unfortunate for Guna. He would have liked to have won on track, but I think that's going to be very difficult now. He needs to shave a few tenths off before the next DRS detection zone. So yeah, Guna will not get DRS here, but he should win the race with Luca's penalties there. So look at this, Hammers UK, Rob, both 6 seconds penalty. Can Jens get this podium? I do hope he can do it. I do. So we're going to head towards the front, as Luca had some great pace today in qualifying and the race, but his penalty will lose him that win. Guna takes the win for Alfa Romeo, and Hammers comes around now, crosses the line. He's third at the moment. Rob will be fourth at the moment. What can Jens do? And Jens, boom, gets the podium. Great race for him, the Aston Martin driver, and that's his best result of the season. Hammers takes P4, pushes Rob down to P5. So Guna and Luca making some good ground on Rob there. Exile, few mistakes, has ruined his race, but again does have that pace, but just a few mistakes. Elliott rounds it up in 8th place for the Alfa Romeo team, and Dan Nolbert there in 9th. So great race from Skipper there in P6 with his teammate Composite rounding up the top 10. Other than that, just Nerdy, Grubberry, Man Like Donkey, and Pete the Pirate, the other finishers, and Wardy's DNF there on the last lap. So that was Silverstone. It is just one big DRS train, unfortunately, on this game, and hopefully a bit better on the next game as Dirk Norbert gets the Driver of the Day award, the Mercedes driver, as Gunnar comes on the stage with his iPhone 6, looking rather happy with that. So yeah, great win for Gunnar, and that'll be for his little girl who was born this week or last week, and yeah, that's for his little girl. So great win for him, and Luca unfortunately not to take the win there, as he did win on track. So just going through the grid, it's the final positions. Gunnar wins the race, and Luca is P2 with Jens for Aston Martin P3 there. And then it's Hammers, Rob, Skipper, Exile, Reliot, Norbert and Composite rounding up the top 10, and Nerdy, Grubberry and Wardy, who DNF'd on the last lap I think, and Man Like Donkey rounds up P14 with Pete the Pirate. I think he DNF'd, and Shirley did. BB Baldy DNF'd as well, like Jim, Benny and Ralph. So that was Division 5 Silverstone, and that rounds up the race for this week. So don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We've got some Division 4 action as well, along with some Division 2, and I won't be racing unfortunately as I'm working away, but yeah, tune in to those races tomorrow, and we will see you next time.